I wanted to switch to something shopping centers because I have some theories here on what might happen. But I think shopping centers are, they're hit really hard because a lot of them are shut down if they don't have a supermarket anchor. The other thing is shopping centers have been struggling for years with the idea that a lot of purchases go online. A lot of rental agreements are percentage rent, so based on a percentage of sales. The retailers aren't necessarily motivated to say, yes, this online purchase was originated from a visit to our store, and most of them couldn't track it if they wanted to. In my opinion, a potential turning point for shopping centers globally, because they'll have to find new ways to get people in, and they'll have to find new ways to keep people engaged. And
give them a reason to come into the shopping center.
Yep. But most shopping centers have always viewed their role as they manage the relationships with the renters. And very little focus is put on managing the relationships with the shopping center visitors because the retailers have the contact. And I think this changes it. Shopping centers are going to have to orchestrate an experience that's worthy of the visit and worthy of people making purchases there. What do you think?
No, I think that's exactly right. It's like, you know, if you're a center that people are coming to, then you ought to think about the relationship you have directly with the visitors. We talked earlier about charging admission. You may know, if you're the biggest shopping center company in the U.S. is Simon Properties. Mm-hmm. And Mel Simon, it's two brothers, and Mel Simon, sort of the scion of the company, died a number of years ago. But when I first came out with the experience economy in 1999, I did a lot of events, and there were several at which he was there and talking, and I talked about charging admission. And there I had very few examples. Now, again, I can point to scores of retailers where you see that, including at Simon Property malls, like the Mall of America, where you have an amusement park in the middle, charging admission for the experience to come in, where it's then surrounded by all those shops, right? They didn't have that back then. But he talked about, and this is true, he said, I have said for decades that if I could only get $1 per person from every visitor that came in, I'd be a rich man. Of course, this was a billionaire, right? But you know, he'd be a cent-a-billionaire if he could have charged $1 for everyone. Well, again, it's thinking about that I am an experience. If I am an experience, then I need to align what I charge for with what my customers value, and that means for the time that they're spending there. And when I get that admission fee or membership fee, it means then I do have that relationship. I have that permission to talk to them versus just the individual stores. And I can create a relationship that allows me to even curate among the stores that I have and the restaurants and all the experiences. There are now malls in the US, by the way, that are more than 50% experience versus retail, whereas a typical mall is 80% retail and 20% experience. Now they're going to 50-50 and beyond, which tells you how far we've come into the experience economy. And again, obviously, with the Corona crisis, there's a lot of calculations going on about what we're going to do. But hopefully, we get back to a place where people are going to want those public experiences. But you do have that permission to create a relationship, and then there's so much that you can do, even when they're not in your place. If you got a relationship, you can do things even when they're not coming into you, or to entice them to come into you, to extend the experience after they leave, and create a cycle then where they want to come back.
So a couple of you talk about admission and memberships, and a couple of the things around relationship centricity are subscriptions, membership type pricing. So you know, the Cadillac example in New York of the big car park, you pay a monthly fee, you can change your car 18 times a year, the insurance and everything is included. I mean, those types of subscription models are one component of relationship centric pricing. But another aspect of it is dialogue. So the key driver of relationship-centric business models is, how do I maintain contact and dialogue with my customers? And when you say giving people a good reason to come in, that's one interesting thing. We also have to give people a good reason to have contact and dialogue. And so the old models of product-centric business models, where it's just how much can I sell you, and all of the contact is around what can I push in your direction. The new model is, how do we create meaningful contact and then use that to tailor experiences or tailor solutions for a customer. So we've often said around shopping centers have this unique opportunity to orchestrate cross retailer purchases. So if you took, okay, let's go back to having the baby. If I'm having a baby and I need to go to the shopping center to buy
it's a medical marvel.
Yeah. if the baby's coming and we need to prepare the baby's room and buy clothes and buy little toys and whatever, I'm going to have to go to multiple retailers in that shopping space to get all of the things that I need. If the shopping center were to give me tools and checklists and so on in a mobile app, I could say, these are the things that I need today. And they could even navigate me through the space using my mobile phone. They could not only tell me about what's on sale, but they could provide a certain checklist so that I make sure I get all the things that I need.